Welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in Champaign, Illinois. What a game. Michigan State dropping their 7th game in a row, losing to the Fighting Illini, 31-27. Matt Mika here on the call alongside Blake Froling. It was just a game with it had everything to it, right, Blake? I mean, the first half, defensive heavy, smash mouth football, tough grit. And then the second half really opened up with the play calling as well as the points.
Right, and I think the key for Illinois was their run game. In the early parts of the first half, they really couldn't get anything going. Michigan State's defense was really on point, putting in one of the best performances of the season thus far. But then the late score in the first half by Illinois propelled them to kind of, open up the scoring for both sides. And Foster for Illinois was just amazing. He was really that catalyst on the offense, helping out the young Jeff George Jr.
He really was. Foster, he had a lot of carries in the second half. He was really the go-to guy for the Illini. He finished the day 17 carries with 146 yards and the 2 TDs. The big one, the long burst, really kind of swung all the momentum in the favor of Illinois. And you look at it from Michigan State and their perspective, Tyler Connor, he didn't have that bad of a game, 23-35 for 265 yards. A lot of penalties. Again, the Achilles heel for Michigan State and D'Antonio's squad. Penalties, moving the ball effectively, but penalties killing those momentum drives.
Right, and that's right. There were a couple times, especially in the first half, Michigan State got down into the red zone. Then penalties forced them back. They had a 3rd and 35, 3rd and 25. You can't expect to win games when you keep shooting yourself in the foot like that. You take great scoring opportunities and you just take them away from yourself, helping the defense out.
Now, if there was a bright spot for Michigan State, it definitely was Gerald Holmes. Gerald Holmes comes into the game after L.J. Scott loses the ball. L.J. Scott was injured on that play, kind of limped off the field, but he comes in later in the fourth quarter. What did you see from Holmes in this game?
Well, he was a dynamic back for Michigan State. He provided that pounding runner, a little bit different from L.J. Scott. He's able to break away from tackles, running in between the tackles, but also he was effective in the passing game as well, especially when Damian Terry came in the game. He used him as more of a safety blanket when no receivers were open downfield, and he caught every single ball. So I think he was really the key to that last drive. I mean, I know it fell short for Michigan State, but Gerald Holmes was a major factor late in the game.
Now, flip side for Illinois, their defense clamped down on Michigan State's offense in the second half when they needed to. A lot of fourth down stops, a lot of third down stops. They're one of the best. They're third best in fourth down conversion for stops in the entire country. In the FBS, they're third best, and they really came up big on that last stop to end the game.
Right, and it starts with their defensive line. They have a very effective defensive line. They got a lot of penetration today against Michigan State. They were able to really limit the run inside the tackles, and, of course, that last big play with 19 seconds left, able to stop Damian Terry short. That play all started because of the lack of protection around him at the beginning of that play, flushed him out of the pocket, and they were able to bottle him up.
Now both teams headed into this matchup 2-6. Michigan State losing this one 31-27. A big program win for the Fighting Illini and for Lovie Smith's program. Michigan State not having the best year, but whenever you can knock off a team that went to the college football playoff last season, that's a big-time victory.
Oh, they were looking for this one. I mean, especially with the domination Michigan State had when they played them last time in 2013 when Michigan State went to the Rose Bowl. I mean, this is definitely a program when Illini haven't beaten Michigan State since 2006. So they were hungry for this win. And you could tell by the end of the game they just wanted it more. Michigan State looked a little defeated, especially on defense on that last drive where Illinois was able to make their way across the field steadily and score with about a minute and a half to go in the game. And that was really all she wrote.
And if you look at the stats, too, the stats suggest that Michigan State clearly won this game. They should have ran away with it. It's, again, those penalties, that inexperience up front, inexperience in the defensive backfield, really costing the Spartans for bowl eligibility. With another loss on their resume. They're 2-7 on the season, and no more bowl eligibility now.
And don't forget, you have to play Ohio State and at Penn State. So we've seen a couple teams get into a bowl with a 5-7 record, but when you have to play those two teams, there is no chance Michigan State is playing in the postseason this year.
And that will do it from Champaign, Illinois at Memorial Stadium. 31-27, your final score. Michigan State losing their 7th game in a row. I'm Matt Michael alongside Blake Froling. Have a great day.